Yo, welcome back to the Muffinmanmarv YouTube channel, where all week we've been breaking down the Pyromancer Fire Witch build by the Outriders devs. And guys, I am enjoying it. There's 4 other videos before this, so if you haven't seen them, make sure you check them out. But guys, thank you for subbing. To everybody that's subbed to the channel, I appreciate you. Everyone that's liking and watching the videos, I appreciate you. If you like Outriders, if you like looter shooters, and you want to stay up to date with Outriders, I aim to be one of the biggest Outriders channels on YouTube this year. So drop a sub if you like Outriders. Now, let's get into the video. We're gonna watch the trailer from Outriders first, so the trailer breakdown, and then we're gonna break it down ourselves like we always do. Let's get into it.
Over the past few days, we've shown you the components of the Pyromancer's Fire Witch build. Now let's see in action. The Fire Witch build relies heavily on the proper sequencing of skills. Using certain skills that currently benefit from our chosen nodes and mods will enable follow-up skills to be more effective. At 6 seconds, Overheat has the shortest cooldown of our skills, so we will start with that, especially as it will maximize our build's efficiency. Using Overheat will provide us with an anomaly power boost, but it will additionally damage all enemies in the area and mark them. Marked enemies take additional damage and will be able to see their nameplates even when they are hidden behind level geometry. Think of Overheat as a sonar of sorts. Seeing enemy nameplates makes aiming our phaser beam that much easier. Phaser deals a ton of damage, but it will also apply the burn status to enemies. Now we just throw in 2 of our eruption skills into the mix and watch the body parts rain upon us. A quick use of our refreshed Overheat skill will ensure that enemies continue to suffer from our debuffs. Using Eruption for the 3rd time will trigger its cooldown, meaning that we now have to switch back and forth between Phaser and Overheat until Eruption is available again. Our Inferno Seed weapon will additionally inflict burn onto enemies, which our Overheat skill can take great advantage of. We can then use our guns to pick off individual enemies until our skill combos are ready to be used again. The key to this build will rely on your ability to hit as many enemies as possible with each Phaser beam and Eruption. To do so, you will need to keep on the move to ensure you can always line up as many enemies as possible. And for the moments in between all that, your Inferno Seed can deal plenty of damage. In short, the skill sequence for the Fire Witch is as follows: Overheat, Phaser, Eruption, Eruption, Overheat, Eruption, Phaser, Overheat. So that is the Fire Witch build. Note this is simply an example build that some of our team like to play with. It's just one of 4 classes, each of which has access to 8 skills and thousands of mod combinations. You can of course create your own builds and modifications in order to personalize your Outriders experience, and we look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Oof, so that video is kind of hot, right? That's a terrible pun. It's a terrible pun, sorry guys. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that? It's good to see builds being explained. They don't really, in modern looter shooters, they don't really go into this sort of depth and make you figure it out yourself, but I like that they've given you sort of an outline of the build that they've been playing and how they've been playing it. I am impressed with the range of Overheat on this build. Like, wherever your eye can see, you can overheat, right? Like Simba. It is pretty devastating when they use that Overheat skill and it tags everything in the area. That means you can attack pretty much everything in that area. And if you're playing with a team, that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool, because if you're all running nuke builds, say there's two other teammates and they both have, say, a Technomancer nuke build or a Devastator nuke build, like, you could just rain carnage. And this is one of the first times I've seen a looter shooter where this is obviously the end game. I think this is a hunt or an exhibition or whatever they call them. Expedition. Oh my god. And this is a solo build, right? You're seeing a lot of enemies on screen, and you're seeing this build just run through them, which I like seeing, because sometimes the end games aren't viable by yourself solo in these games. And I can see why this is one of the favorite builds for the devs on Outriders. It is absolutely, it nukes an area. Obviously, it's what it was built to do, but it clears out whatever's on the screen. The Pyromancer, in my opinion, has always been a viable sort of just for attack builds, but it's always been kind of squishy, right? In the demo, out of the 4 available Outriders, the Pyromancer by far dies the most. If you don't have the correct build early on in the demo, you die a lot as Pyromancer, because he's very, 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 very squishy regardless of the armor you put on him. But this shows that, man, they've at those higher levels, at that level 30, it is quite viable, and I like it. I'm interested to sort of play this build it myself, and see if it's as devastating as it looks. But that's pretty much it, man. This ultimate loadout week has been pretty cool. They didn't swing any punches. I mean, fair enough, they did release pretty much majority of all the information on the first post or second post that explained the build. Now all they were doing was showing the build off. All right. I was hoping that they were going to do a couple more. A dev build would have been great. A Technomancer and a Trickster build would have been fantastic as well. Hopefully they keep doing this. Like every week, just another showcase, another showcase, another showcase. Right now they're doing things well. Hopefully they keep going. I'm excited to get into this game in less than a week, guys. Less than a week, and we can get our hands on this game. We can sink hours into this game. Man, I've been speaking to people on Twitter, and they've got 160 hours in this game, 300 hours in this game in the demo. I don't know about you, that's crazy. I don't have that many free hours in my week. In my month, I don't know if I've got 300 free hours in my month, guys. Don't know if that's sad or realistic. Is that realistic? How many hours do you think you're going to throw into this game? Comment below, let me know. But I'm going to play it as a fan to enjoy it, and then obviously grind the end game out and see what the devs do, sort of patch wise as well as add-on wise. I'm gonna be interested, man. And if you want to come along for the ride, it'll be here on this YouTube channel. Everything will be put out there. Make sure you drop a sub, make sure you drop a like, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Peace.